We have a surprise special guest. Everyone sound the alarm. Everyone sound the alarm, gamers. Everyone sound the alarm. It's him. It's him, gamers. He's coming. Everyone get your best clothes on. Everyone get your best clothes on, okay? Scott, my man. How's it going?
Hey. Happy
up,
birthday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for dropping in, man. Better late than never, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been busy for the past couple of days, so I did not get back to your message soon enough. So sorry for being pretty last minute.
That's all good. We had some time. Listen, it's only 12 hours to kill, you know? What's half an hour in the middle of that?
Man, are you feeling it by now?
No, I'm going to be honest, I don't.
Really? Well, how long has it been then since
it's been 9 hours.
Jesus. Dude,
listen,
I mean, you've been talking the entire time.
Listen, it's the
high
pure,
energy, you
It's
know?
the pure, unfiltered joy and whimsy in my heart from being 32 years young. That's what it is.
Hey, well, I you know, it seems like a pretty fun way to celebrate.
It is
really yucking it up over there.
It's been we got landed on them. We had a big stream to unite the community. Me and Nintendo Land. We're best friends now. We're gonna play Fortnite.
Incredible. Yeah. You see, I think that's the beautiful thing about you, man. You can unite everybody together, even people you've reacted to in the past. That's genuinely something, because I think that shows that you don't mean any ill will towards anybody that you make content about, you know.
I never have, and I never will. It's always in good fun.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to have anyone reach out to me and just be like, hey, let's just have a chat. All right, let's play some video games, man. That's more fun.
Yeah, you know. And we're all human. I think it's just very nice and refreshing to see on YouTube, because so much of the platform, like when it comes to like reactions and stuff, are genuinely pretty negative, you know? Like Definitely. They're all about like it's like you know the thumbnail type where like somebody's in the middle of the thumbnail and then they have like yellow text around them. It's just like, and it says stuff like, "This is embarrassing," or "It's so over.
It's bad." Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's even worse. You know, like stuff like that. So
it's gonna happen. Yeah, I've just never been that kind of guy. I just don't have that in my heart, you know. I wish I did. I'd be making gangbusters, Scott. I'd be making money. But like, I just don't have that in me. I like to have my fun and I just be on with my life. But real quick though, I got another $100 Canadian out of nowhere. Scott, it's because you're here. That's why. It's because you're here. They give me those big red super chats. Thank you so much, Divine Blue. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate that, guys. But yeah, Scott, what did you? Is there anything you fancy talking about? To be honest, I don't know what we're gonna yap about. To be honest. Crazy. I don't know what I want to see. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay, when's your birthday actually?
It's on June 2nd.
June?
So it's in about less than a month.
So do you do anything? Do you tend to do anything crazy for your birthdays, or like do you just like sit around and do not much?
Oh, at this point, birthdays are just like whatever. It's kind of like it's fun to do cool things on your birthday. But it's also like I kind of consider a birthday to be more of like, you know what? You know, I'm gonna do stuff that will ensure I have a good day. I don't mean to be like this massive celebration kind of thing, you know, or anything. But you know, like if I'm just like hanging out with the people, you know, that I care about, or I just go do something simple that I know I enjoy, that's more than enough for me. Like last year, it just kind of ended up happening like this, but I was in New York for my birthday, and we didn't do anything specific other than like, you know, it was me and my friends dicking around in New York, walking around, and you know, we ended up going to like a restaurant in like Little Italy, and that was, you know, well, I'll take that. That's cool. That was a very good birthday. What about you?
Yeah, that's 10. That just tends to be my jam with birthdays. Like I just a family day out or just like something with my friends and I'm good, really. You know, like this has become a yearly tradition where like the days before I'll do a stream like this, and then on the actual day I'll go out like just brunch with my mom and just hang out, because like once you get into like your late 20s early 30s, it's so like hard to like clear everyone's schedule that just us having a family day out is like honestly a present enough for me, I'll be honest. And we just give each other like small gifts and I call it a day. Like my sister's birthday is like a week before mine, so hers was like 7th of May. So we just went out for brunch. I got one of those really high power portable fans because it's getting hot now. I got like a really luxury towel set, and I got, what else did I get? I got some like really high end tea bags. This is like a shop called Whittons in London. West London is very fancy. They do some of the nicest tea on planet Earth. Really pricey though. So I got those like really high end tea bags. So I think that's just what I got her, and I just paid for the dinner basically. And of course, once I found out, I've never done this before, but I also decided, because I'm going to be a bit of a bitch today. That's what I'm going to do. So I decided. I asked them, like, when I was going to the loo. As I was coming back, I bumped into a waitress, and I was like, "Do you guys do like something for like people's birthdays?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we sing happy birthday. Like we do like a birthday song, and then like we give them like free ice cream." I'm like, "You see that table over there? Do it." And like, yeah, and my sister was like, "Oh," but like my sister was in such shock. She was like, "Thank you." She was like so thankful for that. I'm just like, all I did was ask, man. It's no biggie, sis. Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah.
But I've never done that at a restaurant before. That was my first time, so that was actually that was a really nice moment. They gave her like some ice cream, and they had like a cocoa powder on the top of it that like spelled that little happy birthday. That was really nice. Such a nice touch. So yeah. Generally that's my jam with birthdays now, because before I used to be one of those. I don't know if you ever fell for this face, Scott. I used to be one of those, "Oh man, why is no one celebrating anything for my birthday?" Meanwhile, I prepared nothing for my birthday. I'm just like, I wish somebody did something for me. It's like, well, I'm not 11 anymore when my mom makes a party and I just invite my friends now. I gotta do some shit, you know? Like, I gotta make something happen. So ever since I started getting into that mindset, I've started making a bit more of a deal about it. I think it's been
I think everybody kind of falls into those little things every now and then, where it's just like, you almost like expect other people to care sometimes, but it's also like, how much are you like going, I just think it's easy to fall into those traps when like, it's good to realize that it's just like everybody's dealing with their own stuff. And it's also like, the people around you, I think when you get to a certain age, the people around you are choosing to be around you. You know, like if they didn't like you, they could just lie to you and be like, "I'm busy today. I don't want to be around you."
Like, I'm sure me and you are both the same. Like, if you don't fuck with someone, like, you're not going out of your way to. What's a waste of my time, bro?
Right.
I ain't doing anything. Yeah. So if I'm fucking with you, if I'm DMing you, if I'm hanging out with you, it's because I want to just talk to you. You're the first person to talk to. Yeah, definitely.
Right. So it's kind of like, like expecting somebody to go out of their way to surprise you or something. Firstly, that wouldn't be surprising at that point because you're expecting it.
Yep.
And secondly, it's kind of just like, as you get older, the allure of birthdays, like it's kind of like, well, the years go by super fast at this point. So it's kind of just like, I think it's fun to just make it a good day.
Definitely.
It doesn't need to be crazy, because I'm not going to remember, man, my 29th birthday. That was the one,
Yeah, like they all kind of like meld into one. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as I had a good day, as long as I'm with my family and friends, then I'm okay with that personally. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna go to like a brunch place on Friday, which is the actual day, and we're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna chat and catch up. Really, that's the game plan.
Heck yeah! Oh, what's your preferred birthday dessert? Are you an ice cream cake? Pie, cupcakes, some wacky little British thing that I don't even know about.
Wacky British thing, shit. Yeah, we got meat. We have a meat pie instead of an actual birthday cake.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
Do you know what? I've always thought. I'm gonna be honest. I've always thought cupcakes on birthdays are always a bit of a sellout. You just can't be fucked to cut everyone a slice. And that's just lazy to me. I'm going to be honest. Every time I've gone to a birthday party, I'm like, you could pull out the whole 9 yards. But if instead of a birthday cake and we cut slices, you do like a cupcake each. I'm just like, nah, mate, you fucked the whole thing up. I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, nah.
Cupcakes
seem like it's like it's your birthday, but you're being whatever. Or you're being humble or something.
Yeah.
Like you just have one cupcake or something. And it's just like, nah. No.
No, it's too much.
You can take a slice of cake if you want. Take two if you want. I don't care. It's your birthday.
Exactly.
And then everybody else could have whatever else. Like it's just, cake is cake.
Exactly.
That's the birthday food. But for me personally, my favorite dessert is brownies. So it's just kind of like, if I can do brownies on my birthday, that's good.
Okay.
But also like, I don't have like a ton of like cookie cake, but whenever we get that in school, That would be elite. That would be so good.
That's the play.
A nice cookie cake. Yeah.
A cookie cake. That's the play. That's the one. That's the one. It's funny you say ice cream cake because like I didn't know that was a thing until I met my fiance. Because like I was up there one time when like there was a birthday happening and like her mum made like a mean ice cream cake and I'm just like ice cream, but like cake? What is? I've never. What? I wasn't familiar with this before, but I tried it and it was very nice. So I was a big fan of that. But yeah, when it comes to me, like, I'm just not that. Do you know what it was? Like for the longest time, I don't know if you have this in your neck of the woods, but my fiance was kind of shocked that we have it. So I'm getting her neck of the woods, they don't do it. But like over here, like you can just go to like one of the big shops, like a Morrison's or like a Tesco, and they have a section where they have like essentially like pre-made, ready-made cakes of like varying genres essentially. So when I was a kid, like my mom would just get like one of those, like a football cake or like one of those big chocolate cakes, like had loads of decorations on it. So like for me, like every year was just kind of different. It was just whatever my mum saw at the ready-made birthday cakes place, and that was it, to be honest. And I was quite happy with that because like again, we're not really the richest family growing up, so I just made do with that, and I was just happy really. Like that and like a new game, and I'm just like. Sorted, mate. Couple of friends over to play Melee. Job done, mate.
Pretty.
Job done. Yeah, job done. I was quite. What about you when you were growing up? Was it like a big hullabaloo or?
Yeah, I mean, like once a year, like for my birthday around that time, I think my family does the thing for like kids where it's like you have like all of the generally like most of the family, you know, uncles, aunts, cousins, all of them come over and you celebrate, you know, the kid's birthday, and they would usually do that until the kid is like 18. So you know, we would do that like once a year. You know, the family comes over to my house, which was awesome for me because it was always like one of the lamest things for me as a kid because me and my parents lived like an hour away from the rest of our extended family, like cousins, aunts, uncles, all that. And like there would be like an event like every weekend or every other weekend. So I just remember a lot of my childhood weekends were spent on like hour-plus long road trips just to go to like a family event or something. Now I'm like, now the tables have turned. Now you come to me. So you know, that was
that's pretty dope, honestly.
Yeah, that was always nice. But for the most part, that was all we kind of would do for birthdays. But did you have any like major parties being thrown? Now, I think are you happy with your birthday being close to summer? Because I feel like this is like the time to have a birthday. This is awesome. I will definitely like revel in the fact that I'm like, you know what? I got the best date for a birthday right in the middle. Right. Yeah. You know, you get Christmas and you get your birthday.
It's funny. It's so funny you say that because like as a kid, I hated it because like the school year starts in September. So like I had to wait all the way until basically like one of the last days of like the school term to have my party. Like everyone had their party, everyone did this. And, like I'm waiting towards the end, you know. And like I'm quite like I was lucky in that it was in May because like the school year here ends in like early July. So, but like what I feel sorry for the kids that like were in like late June or early July because like. What would happen, and it's such a world like known phenomenon in this country that they had to start finding parents that do this. What would happen is that like parents would conveniently, my kid is sick on the last 2 weeks of the term, which is basically them saying we took the holiday early so we'd get like a cheaper flight because we know if we were to like take a holiday vacation on the day school ends, they're going to jack up the flight prices. So they'd conveniently be sick on the last 2 weeks of school so that they'd be able to leave early. So like I don't think I had anyone in that situation, but like if that was the case, yeah, I'd feel bad for anyone who was in July. So yeah, I hate it as a kid because like everyone got their parties and I had to wait all the way to the end. But yeah, as an adult, it's great. Yeah, like what's it? You got like end of the year is like all that stuff happening. I get one like smack bang near the middle. You know, like February is like anniversary type setting. Like I feel like it all kind of pans out. We got like something going on for like most of the year. You know, it's great.
Yeah, I feel for those sad bastards who had a birthday on December 20th or something like that.
Oh, the amount of we got you a Christmas and a birthday present.
Yeah.
Hey,
those
not our problem, mate, Scott. Not
those
our problem.
sick.
We don't do that shit.
I would kind of like, it depended on when the school year ended because it would change every year by a couple of days or so. A couple of years, like I would have my birthday in class. Sometimes it would be on the last day of school. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever like bring stuff to? Because like that happened with me. Where like if it was on a school day, I'd bring like snacks into class, and like there was like if the teacher, usually the teacher was nice enough, but we like a dedicated portion, like half an hour before the school day was supposed to end, because in primary school it's 3:30. So like around 3, we dedicate that last half an hour to, okay, he brought in cake, he brought in crisps, he brought in a drink. We just get to like party for a little bit, and then like we got home essentially. We always did that. But the worst part is when I talk to my niece about that, apparently that doesn't happen anymore, because like, oh, what if allergies, or what if this, what if that, and I'm just like, oh, it's gone wrong, hasn't it? I'm like, that was such a cool memory. If like your birthday was on a school day, because like for, again, very British kids, we on primary school we used to sit on a carpet. Like it wasn't, we never used to sit on chairs. It was all on a carpet essentially, a big square slab of carpet. And we used to sit down, cross-legged, fold arm, right? But if it's a birthday, you got to sit on a chair. Like on the back of the class, like, you were looking down on everyone. I was like, oh hell yeah, oh, I'm the hot dog on campus here. Let's go.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, like, I remember bringing in like, they were push pops. So they were like the little like the popsicles that were kind of like wrapped in like this cardboard container thing, and you could push the handle at the bottom like up. So it would kind of come out like lipstick or something. I know.
I've seen them. I know what these are. Yeah, I recognize them.
Yeah. So I remember bringing that in a couple of times. Oh well, actually, those are candies. I'm thinking like I had something that was like it was like a popsicle fudgesicle kind of thing.
What?
And it was kind of like it was something like that. So it's just like I don't know. It was kind of like a fun little opportunity to bring in a nice little frozen dairy treat. But it was always kind of like a very memorable experience. I get because of like allergies and stuff like that. But at that point, I'm wondering like maybe the schools could just have like relatively inoffensive snacks on standby. Yep, that pretty much one of those things. Yeah,
they can have like they could do something like, because like there was just something magical about that. I don't know, like just going against class, bringing a bunch of snacks, and like it's all about you for a bit, It's kind of cool, man.
Right.
It's just like a bad.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, and it's also like the school wastes so much time anyways. Who cares? Just like embrace it.
Yeah.
Like in my area, my school was getting like very fickle about like, hey, like, damn, we gotta we really gotta make sure we're spending enough time in school. So it's just like maybe if there was enough like school cancellations because of weather, they would be like, oh, we have to extend, or like we're worried that the kids aren't in school much. And I'm just thinking about how many days are just wastes of time in school. How many times are you just watching a movie? How many times are you? They're just like, oh, we don't have anything, just sit here.
Yeah, honestly, so it feels like the school year only is as long as it is, because like parents are at work, so they kind of just use it as daycare. Because like obviously, I don't, Lord knows I don't want to be of that. I don't want to start like championing like, oh fuck school. School's useless. Stay in school, kids. Okay, but like I'm not going to pretend that, especially in the UK. Oh, the UK is terrible at this, by the way. Because like I remember like you do your like exams, either your test exams or like your proper exams when you're in school, end of year ones in like May to early June. But we don't leave for summer until like early mid-July. So it's literally a month of time where you're doing fuck all.
Yeah.
Every school year. And I'm just like, that's the portion of time where I'm just like, what are we okay? What's happening here? And yet they used to, and yet nowadays, like I said, they're dishing out fines if they're pulling the kids out of school early. And I'm just like, what we do, it's not even like, for
That's
example,
crazy.
It's not even, for example, like, we got a head start on like next year or something. We literally just sit there and like just do fuck all. I'm not even kidding. Like bring toys to class. Like we just like watch movies. That's the one time we had to bring in our Game Boys because like obviously electronics were strictly banned. And a bygone era for sure, but nowadays standards. But it was just so weird. Like someone said in the chat, year 11, which is like final year of high school basically. Yeah, they leave early. It was like that when I was a kid. But every other year before that was like a month of time where you did fucking nothing, and it was just, what's the point of this? What's the point of this?
Yeah,
basically just glorified daycare. Go on.
I mean, I think school is kind of just like people. I think it's very important, but I think it's like, half and half, like half socializing, half like actual education. Like you learn stuff in school, but also like I think a big chunk of it is also like just socializing, being around other kids, kind of just learning how like all of that kind of works.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, and I always thought it was a little strange that it's, school, they measure school more so by like the amount of days you're spending in it, but they don't really care about the quality of those days or the quality of what's going on there. Because it's just like, I'm telling you, like, I think school was kind of like 30%. Man, even college, I remember damn anything from college. I don't remember a single thing I learned. So it's just like, education's funny.
Did you ever tell me what you studied in college? I don't know if you ever told me.
I did marketing.
Oh no, you never told me that. I don't remember that. You did marketing. Like, was it as much of a waste of time as you implied, or like, did you even learn anything out of that? Or like,
maybe I maybe subconsciously learned something. College is more so like, I think college is a good experience just from the feeling of like getting that extra layer of independence. I think because like once you graduate high school and you go into college, it's like this perfect middle ground. I look back at that first year very fondly because it's like you're right in the middle of like, okay, you have more independence, you can do what you want, but you don't have to worry about a lot of the burdens of adulthood, yet. Maybe you're probably like 2 years, 3 more years until you really, you have to deal with a lot of that stuff. So it's kind of like, I do look back at it fondly, but I also, things ended up working out for me, and I'm very thankful for that. So it's kind of just like, well, I might have been like maybe 12 credit hours away from graduating, so I could probably like finish up in a semester, but I just didn't.
Did you never? Oh, you never finished it. You dropped out, did you?
Yeah, it was around COVID. So
okay.
It was funny because a lot of people have said that, like when COVID hit, it's just like the classes didn't know how to handle it. So they were just like, if you submit anything, we'll take it. And I think I just gave up. I just stopped paying attention. Like I was just like that whole thing. Like I just fully focused on working on the YouTube channel at that point. And, I just kind of realized, like after a couple of weeks, I realized, like, damn, I stopped looking at school, and I missed a couple of assignments, and I just kind of thought, like, you know what, like, I don't really like this. This doesn't really make much sense for me right now. The idea of finishing this is more so to just say I did it, and to also, to have that safety net of having a degree and stuff. That's great, but nothing is saying I can't go back and do that. I think after a while your credit hours expire, but it's also kind of like, well, it's just like I'm doing fine.
Yeah,
so like I think
you're doing okay, Mr. Closing on a new office. I think you're doing fine.
I appreciate it.
I think you're doing a little bit fine. Ironic that like you went for marketing, and yet I remember from our last conversation, and even in private, anytime you talk about anything to do with like marketability on like this platform, you just kind of like scoff and like, oh, fucking hate this shit, man. I hate working with companies. So like, it's really ironic, isn't it? So like I think someone in the chat earlier said like, I think that marketing degree worked out well for you. And it's like, yeah, he worked out well for you in the sense that you hate everything to do with that sort of thing. And it's from every conversation I've had with you.
I like marketing in the sense of trying to figure out how to present a good thing to people. Like I hate manipulative marketing. I hate even just like small little things that I can tell are just used to bring up engagement and stuff like that. I hate it. I don't know. It just really gets to me. So it's kind of like I like utilizing marketing ideas in stuff that I do to try and think about like, oh, what's the most attractive thumbnail I can put together, or like what's the best way I can portray exactly what this thing is. But I'm just not really about about trying to, I don't know, doing it any other way or something. So that is what it is.
So someone in the chat just said 10 minutes before something big's announced. Did Miyamoto do another announcement? Are you guys trolling me? Did something happen? I'm being trolled right now. But yeah, no, either way, yeah.
Is there?
I'll let the chat hold me on that. But like, I find it, for me, when it comes to, no, you're referring to that? Oh, you're referring to that. Okay. Like I said, like, that's an excellent marketing strategy, isn't it? That, like,
that thing?
Hey guys, 10 minutes. It's like, whoa, what happened? What happened?
All right, yeah, that's fair. I mean, it worked.
Did it? I stayed in bed, bro. I'm like, I ain't getting up out of bed. It was like 11 at night. I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to bed. I'll watch it in the morning. I'll watch it in the afternoon.
It was like 6 p.m. for me. I just randomly see like my YouTube notifications go off about people go like, Star Fox, what? So then I'm just like, oh, okay, and I just whip out my laptop and I just start watching it. So it works for me. But...
Did you put your thoughts out there on that yet or no?
No
thoughts.
It was it's okay. When I watched the live stream, firstly, the fact that it was a remake of Star Fox 64, I was like, okay, like, all right, we're doing this. Okay.
Everyone's reaction.
And
okay, again.
And yeah, and the designs of them were very off-putting. But as time has gone on, I've come to accept all of it much more. Like I'm kind of like, okay, and I've seen a lot of people on social media go up to bat for this game, trying to be like, I will defend it. We have not gotten 5 remakes of Star Fox 64. We have gotten a reboot, a reimagining, a remaster. This is the first remake. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's saying we've gotten 5 remakes. It's more so like we just keep on spinning our wheels with this franchise. It's just the same thing over and over again, practically.
It seems to have like no range, does it? Like it's just the same thing again. And I'm just like, lads, come on.
Well, it's like they're animals in space, bro. This is all you can do with it. Like that's just my thought. Where it's like this franchise has the potential to do the craziest stuff, But we're just kind of stuck in limbo with like 64 era stuff. And 64 is a great game. Like I played through it on 3DS. That version's great. But like I was just kind of like, okay. But and like the designs were definitely off-putting. But as the weeks have gone by, I've looked at them and I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm accepting these. I don't know if they're gonna be the de facto versions of those characters moving forward. They could just be like a way to make the remake stand out. Who knows? But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, some points I've seen is like Star Fox is always meant to be a bit more gritty and all of that. And I'm looking at it and I'm kind of like, okay. Like I'm looking at Falco more and I'm just like, all right, like that. It doesn't look as weird as it did at first. And the game looks visually great. Like, I think graphically, they knocked it out of the park. The designs are definitely contentious, and the online battle mode could be cool, but I remember them saying there's only 3 stages. And those 3 stages, and I just feel like this is such a Nintendo thing to be like, oh yeah, it's just like there's something here. We're not going to give you enough content to kind of vary it up. I fear that the battle mode is just going to be like a little like, oh, that's a fun distraction, but there's not going to be enough meat to it to really warrant going back and back and back.
That's basically what I said about it. Like the multiplayer mode, like I love, like I said, I'm a multiplayer gamer. Like I love multiplayer modes like that, like 4v4, mission-based, PvPvE. Like that's like my jam. I love a mode like that. But I know I'm going to play it for like a couple days and that's going to be it. Because I know Nintendo's not going to update. I know they're not going to add more stuff to it. In a regular game, like this is one of those times I wish Nintendo modernized a bit more. Because like if it was a regular multiplayer game, there'd be like somewhat semi-frequent updates. They'd give us little tidbits here and there. Maybe even like seasonal event stuff. But it seems like other than the giant Splatoon in the corner of the room, they have no idea how to do that. So I'm just like, it's like hard to get excited for any multiplayer offering that Nintendo does because I'm just like, it'll be dead in a week, and it's kind of their fault, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure it'll be like a decently fun thing for what it is.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm worried about its staying power, and it's more so like I just see it like, you know, like you have so much potential here. You could make this like this really engaging thing that people just keep on coming back to. But I just fear that it doesn't have enough content, you know.
Yeah. Shame,
but you know, overall, I like the cutscenes they're doing, the emphasis on story and stuff. I like that it's not just like a straight up remake, where it's just like by the books. Oh, everything's basically the same, just prettier. Like, the levels look the same, but overall, you know, like I like a lot of the stuff that they're doing. But you know, it's not the most exciting thing for me. You know, when you're telling me, oh my God, Star Fox is coming back with a brand new game, you know, I'm thinking like, oh my God, you know, like it would be something like, you know, they tried something a little bit new, but still traditional with Star Fox Assault. And that game is definitely like kind of like a 7 out of 10. It's good. But you know, it has kind of the same problem as a lot of other Star Fox games where it's just like, it is very short. It's meant to be replayed. But you know, I think from what I remember, the replayability on Assault is definitely kind of like weaker. Yeah, it was weaker than 64.
Nintendo Land earlier, and he did literally the same thing. So that's how I know that. He gave me the LARP tips on that one. So yeah, it's funny you said that because I kind of came to the same conclusion in that like it seems interesting, but it's not really that exciting. And I feel like when I talked about this, like when it came out, because I did this like in-class presentation stream I talked about essentially, and I think my overall sentiment was, I think I ended that with, where's the direct? In the sense that a game like this coming out as a direct opener goes down better when we have other news to bolster the profile. When we have a Splatoon Raiders overview trailer, if we have Fortune's with release date, Duskblood's news, maybe even that rumored Ocarina of Time thing going on. But if it was packaged along with all of that, it'd seem a lot more exciting because we have the Star Fox now, we have this then. And while we technically do have that in a sense, in that we have Star Fox now and then there's Raiders and then this, throughout the course of like the whole year, having that like timeline would be a lot more exciting, would it not? Like, so my overall thesis was, just to finish up, my overall thesis was like, Directs don't like sell systems, but it sells the sentiment around the system, right? What do you think of
that? You know, like, I mean, like, I've seen a lot of talk about Directs being dead, or like, oh, are Directs coming back? And I genuinely do think this game, the way I do think a Direct for this game made a lot of sense. Like, when I look at exactly what this thing was, I think there was, I think the way they did it, as stupid as a lot of it was, I think that kind of helped everything kind of get more accepted. You know, the fact that it's just a remake again, the fact that they have hyper realistic designs. If you put that in a Direct by itself, I almost feel like you won't know how to feel about it because they're right on to the next thing. The fact that it's all by itself, you like the Direct happened and then you walk away from it and you go, you just think about Star Fox. You're not thinking about the 20 other games that they showed to you. So, you know, as much as I do agree with you that I think the Direct format, this would have helped it out. But I do think there are a couple of stipulations with this product that make it kind of like,
you
kind of need to think about it a little more.
Okay, that's like, I never actually considered that. Yeah, I think for what Star Fox was, I think this works in a solo Direct format because then it's like, yeah, here are the designs, here's the fact that it's a remake, here's what else we got to offer, here's the new things. Like, yeah, let's it sit better than if it were like one part of the whole thing. So yeah, I think for certain games this style works, but I think for like I don't know. I just, if Nintendo's not going to do like Direct stuff anymore, they're going to lower the amount. I wish they just told us, man. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just like, I just wish they told us, man.
They want to surprise and delight everybody. They want to make everybody.
That's the going phrase, is it now? Surprise and delight.
Yeah.
It's Miyamoto's wacky world, and we're all just living in it, apparently.
Yeah. You know, I think they were in an interesting situation this year where I look at pretty much all of their stuff and I kind of think like, yeah, you know what? As much as the first half of this year has been fairly quiet, and we've had games, and all of that. I don't really look at a lot of the stuff Nintendo has going on and I think like, oh yeah, if only we had a Direct about this. Because I think if they would have had a Direct, and they would have shown the stuff that they've announced otherwise, I don't think it would have gone over very well. You know, I feel like it's just kind of like, okay, you know, like, oh, here's a trailer for Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition. Here's a trailer for Pokopia. You know, it's a lot of stuff that we've already known about, you know, and it would just be kind of overview trailers and maybe a couple of like little things here and there. And, you know, they did have Star Fox. They could do some other stuff, but I do feel like I do feel like a June Direct is going to come, and I think they're going to have like, they're going to kind of showcase the rest of the year potentially, because I think we've already kind of known about nearly everything they've released in the first half going into this year.
Yeah.
You know, we knew about Yoshi, we knew about Mario Tennis and Pokopia and Tomodachi and all of that stuff. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, I almost feel like Nintendo is waiting to do a direct because they want to do the whole thing where it's they don't want to reveal too many things too early. They don't want to do, you know, they want it to be like a big event where they have like enough stuff of worth. You know, not looking to hype it up. I'm not going like, oh my God, I'm so excited for a June Direct, you know, like, yeah, I'll be excited, but it's also like, you know, and I'm not anticipating it being this massive thing, but I do think looking at their lineup for the first half of the year, we knew about it already, so it's kind of tricky. And I think Star Fox being a remake, I think they wanted that to be like, okay, boom, we announce it, and a month later it's out. Like they didn't want it to be like, oh, in March when we're starving for information and all of that stuff. They would put out, they would announce Star Fox, and then what, for 4 months we're going like, man, I can't wait for the same game I've been able to play for 30 years now, you know, like it's kind of like, I think the fact that it got announced a month before its release, I think really does help that game. So I don't really see a period where a Direct would have been an amazing, like you could have done a Direct, but I don't think it would have been that awesome.
Yeah, now that you're saying that makes sense. Honestly, I think what you're saying makes perfect sense, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because like Star Fox is such a unique, a weird position, like when it comes to what it is and what it offers. Where I don't think a Direct would have helped it that much. I still think, if anything, I kind of feel like the way they did it was perfect. Now I think about it, I think if a Direct does come along, I feel like they kind of put themselves in a really good spot, because like we know some of what's happening for the rest of this year. If they go to Direct for the rest of it, I feel like that's a good strategy that could work for them if they were to do that. In that we kind of know partly of what's going to happen, and then they tell us the rest in a Direct format, essentially. I don't know if that's what they're going to go for. It's like a bit of a mix of both, where we're just going to randomly drop stuff and you also get Directs. If that's the new theory going forward, I'm kind of happy with that. But either way, it's a weird game. Are you going to be playing that at launch when it comes out?
Yeah, I'll try to. I mean, that might be around Too Many Games. No, I think it's like a little before Too Many Games, so I'll probably have time. I'll give it a go.
You excited?
Am I excited?
Yeah.
Excited for Star Fox or Too Many Games?
Whichever one gives me the better answer.
You know, both are on my calendar. I gotta put Star Fox on my calendar. I don't put game releases on my calendar, but I should start. But
that on your head, is that what you think of your fans, Scott?
Star Fox? Nah, it's more so I want to get this. Here's my thing. I need to get this stupid, dumb, and stupid video out, and then I'll be looking forward to Too Many Games. Now I feel like crap because I'm like, all right, this needs to come out first, and then I'll be like more like, I'm going to this convention, because I don't want to be talking about the convention online or something before I put out a video. You're doing because I haven't done that.
You don't want to hype up something else when the release window for this is coming close. You're doing the Nintendo thing, Scott. You're one of them all along.
I'm not trying to market anything, buddy. Hey, bucko. I'm not trying to do anything. It's more so logistically, I need to do this.
I'm waiting for...
This needs to get out.
All I'm saying is I'm waiting for the tweet. This is Scott. In 10 minutes, Wii U's going to drop. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's going to happen.
We'll see. Maybe, yeah. That might be a fun way to do it.
That would be fun. How would you feel like putting that as like a YouTube premiere? So there's like a live chat. Have you ever tried doing one of those?
Yeah, I've done a couple of YouTube premieres. They're usually for like these bigger, stupid ass lore videos, like things that are a bit more like special big event kind of things.
Okay.
Premieres are fun to do, but it's also like I almost feel like if they're like I like to do premieres when I know there's like a pop off moment, when there's kind of like a fun moment where you look forward to people talking about it, and I don't know if this new video would be that. It is what it is.
What do you mean? Listen, it's gonna get the people excited when you talk about Star Fox Zero. Wow! Oh my god! It's gonna be great.
Bro, I've been playing that to get some final like bits of footage for this video. I hate that game. Well, I wouldn't say I hate it. I've definitely I've become more soft on it just because like it is what it is. I view it more as like a funny little novelty on the Wii U rather than this awful travesty. But yeah, me and that game do not get along. Have you played Zero?
I've not, no. And from everything I've told, I'm just like, I don't even want the trauma. I don't care about Star Fox the series enough to go back and get the collective trauma so we can all be together. I don't even want to do that, Scott. I'll be real with you.
Well, I see some guy in the chat say, I really enjoy Zero. That's fine.
No, fuck that guy. Tell him, Scott. Fuck that guy. Tell him, Scott. Dude, this is how you become a good live streamer, Scott. You say, hey, fuck you for liking it.
Man, just ban him.
Just ban that guy.
You can ban him if you want.
Ban that guy.
No, like, I get it. There's a good game in there. But it's like 50% likely you're gonna click with the controls. 50% likely you're not gonna click with the controls. So and like even then, the good game that it is, it's still just basic ass Star Fox. It's nothing that special to the point where it's kind of just like, all right, just play Star Fox 64 then. You don't have to deal with all this nonsense. So. That's just my thing. It's not like this awful thing, but it's also like I can't click with it. There's nothing that's ever gonna make me click with it. And why am I gonna spend more than a couple hours trying to click with this game? There's no value in that. Why would I do that? It's just a waste of damn time.
I'm just trying to think if there's any games I've ever had like that, like nothing feeling towards. I think the only time that's ever happened is, funny enough, Sonic 06. Because like,
oh yeah,
I did that as a stream goal like years ago. Like I played, like someone was like, I literally did a stream goal. Like someone was like, Mr. Play Sonic. Like it was a bit of a meme in my Twitch chat for a while back when I was streaming on Twitch in like 2021. And I'm just like, okay, fine. You want me to play Sonic 06? Buy it for me. And I set like a donor goal of like it was like £80 to buy an Xbox 360 and a copy of the game. And lo and behold, my community being as crazy as it is, within like 10 hours, I got the money. So I ended up buying it and playing it. And when I played Sonic Story, it was like in that, haha, it's so bad, it's good, and then I played Shadows and Silvers, and I was just like, what a nothing game, bro. I hate this with all my heart. And what a nothing game. I was just floored by how nothing it was. Silver was way too slow. Shadows stuck in that stupid fucking vehicles. It was so boring. I wanted to fall asleep. That's the only game that's ever got me to like that like level in my life ever.
I played up to which is only like an hour or two in, but it's like the fight against Silver with Sonic. That's kind of just like
it's
the
no
joke.
Use. It's no use.
Where it's like if you don't know what to do, it's the easiest thing in the world. But if you don't know what to do, he just immediately picks you up, throws you, and then you're dead because you have 0 rings. So that and like I'll probably try to go through that game eventually. But I can definitely see what you're saying. No, I'll go for it for content.
No, that's the marketing degree kicking in. That's the marketing degree kicking in. No.
There's plenty that I've done for the sake of like videos and stuff that I'm just like, oh yeah, I want to do this. But I would say the most nothing game would have been like Forces. Like I think Forces was. And even like Sonic Boom was like also nothing, but even just like less entertaining, like.
It's funny you mentioned like those Sonic, because actually I think Sonic 06 is probably not my nothing game. My actual nothing game is Sonic Superstars, because like, it caused like, I would say one of like the most, and I say low key, like as an actual life, like low key embarrassing moments as a live streamer, because like most people watch me play that and like not know what I'm talking about. There was one clip where like it was a moment. I think I was in like 3 zones in, and like a regular that was in my chat at the time, he's in the Discord, Finley, right? He literally just typed in the chat, "Moresty, you look so genuinely bored, LMFAO." And I'm just like, what? Do I? 'Cause, like, you have to understand, I've been playing this for an hour and a half. I feel like I'm doing a good job as a streamer. I'm talking, I'm being engaging. But then he just looked, I guess my face just couldn't hide it. Like, I'm just like playing the game, but instead of like, I didn't feel like I was. I didn't feel like I was. That's what's like one of the most low key embarrassing moments, because like I felt like I was just a regular live stream. Like I wasn't having that much fun with it, but like, boy, I want to. Oh, I got it gifted to me. I was gonna play it, right? But like, yeah, you look genuinely so bored. LMFAO just lives in my head rent free. Like now, I'm like, that was the moment where like maybe really cognizant of how I look face wise when I stream, because like I don't want to look like I'm bored when I'm talking to someone. I'm doing anything now, because I'm not someone going up to me. You look so bored, man. I'm like, no, I'm having. So yeah, that's probably the most nothing game. That's the game I'd put in that category.
Well, Superstars is unfortunate because like, I mean, it's better than Sonic 4, I would say. But it's also just like, it's just, and it has some fun little ideas here and there. But it's also just kind of like, yeah, it doesn't really feel like you go from Mania to that, and it does not feel like an upgrade. And even like in certain things that's like, oh, well, all the zones are original now. It's just kind of like, yeah, but a lot of them they're not that interesting. Like it's kind of just like, you know, like, oh, well, here's a color combination we've never seen before. Okay, you know, like that, wow. That's kind of what it boils down to.
Daring today,
you know, you look, you know, oh yeah. Superstars is like a 5-6 out of 10. Like it's just like it's whatever. Like it's a classic Sonic game. It's not the worst, but it's kind of at the bottom of that the bottom half of the list, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like we got that instead of Mania 2, yeah? Yeah, Sega? Yo, Christian Whitehead and apology. Yeah. Fucking pricks, man. Unbelievable. So I said it's better than CD. What do you think about Sonic CD real quick?
I'm not that big on Sonic CD. Just because the general concept to me, it has some of the coolest ideas ever, but for me it feels like the game is designed in a way that like nothing, it has no flow. Like these ideas do not like these ideas feel like they were made for a different game, and then they put it in Sonic CD. That's just how I get like. But like there's so many elements. Like I love the ideas it has, and there are so many things that like the music is great. I like the idea of like the special stages, the idea of like going back in time, you know. I love that, but it's just like going back in time is so annoying in that game.
Yeah, you're right.
What's your problem? What? You really think I'm right?
Oh, like, okay, like, hang on. Like, no, because what you're saying isn't wrong. This is how I feel. This is how I feel, Scott, when you say this. Because, like, what you're saying isn't wrong, but I love the game regardless. I love that it tries something weird. Like, it's a 2D sort of episode of exploration in a grid that's this small. Like, you get a POV this tiny, and it wants you to explore this big fuck-off map. Yeah, I just like I tried something different. It's the lost levels of Sonic games, and that's why I love it, okay? Leave me alone, okay? You're slapping my go and you're right. Shut up.
You can disagree with me if you want to. We can have a little you know, a little scuffle here if you really want to.
You're right though. Like, okay, but hey, hang on. If I was to, right. Because I like the time travel. I think it's weird and quirky. I like the fact.
I do too. Yeah.
There's a Sonic game back in the day that I just tried something with it, because like you have the trilogy. I would hate Sonic CD if it like took the place of like a Sonic 2. But like the fact that like you have Sonic 1, which is obviously the beginning, Sonic 2 that kind of refined, like was like amazing, and you had 3 and K, which is like definitive, right? And like I just like the fact that like the bastard child is there, which is like a Sonic CD, and they like you could like it has a soundtrack that's like something 2 different soundtracks for some reason. It has exploration in a Sonic game where like the game is that tiny and it expects you to explore. And yet for somehow you can't ignore the game because it introduced one of the most important characters in all the series in Metal Sonic. So like, yeah, there's just something. It has this weird amalgamation that just makes me appreciate that game. Except Wacky Workbench, that zone can die in hell. Everything else about that game I adore. that's what I'm at.
I definitely I really respect the hell out of that game, but I think
And Amy as well, yeah, I forgot.
I think revisiting. What was that?
I introduced Amy as well. I just want to add that as well, yeah. So the chat was yelling at me saying,
yeah.
and Amy as well. Go on, what you say?
Was Amy's name originally Rosie the Rascal?
Something like that.
I just gotta look this up because it will literally kill me if I don't. I don't know. I didn't. What is this?
So
I don't know.
Productions in the chat. The Sonic guy says yes. You're correct. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I looked it up and I wasn't getting immediate results. But yeah, no, I like Sonic CD, but going through the entire the whole classic Sonic lineage a couple of years ago, 3 and Knuckles is pretty much undefeated in terms of like that game. When you look back at it, like it's doing stuff that like you wouldn't see until like decades later in 2D platformer, in more modern 2D platformers. Yes. It is insanely ambitious, and they actually act upon that ambition. Like the game is so damn good, and the fact that when you combine the two, you just get this massive experience. So I will say 2 is definitely a little more immediately consumable. Because 3 and Knuckles is definitely very long, and the Knuckles portion isn't as good. Like it's still good. But it's also kind of like that's where the game starts to get a little more like, all right, we're in the latter half, and they throw some bullshit at you. But and then 1 is the only good thing about 1 is Green Hill Zone. That's like it.
And Starlight. Don't forget Starlight. I love Starlight Zone.
Starlight Zone I love the music of Starlight Zone.
Okay.
It's annoying. The enemies in that stage are annoying because I don't think. Like what? That you can't attack any of them. You can't jump on any of them, right?
Yeah.
Like they're all like, yeah.
But like the boss is kind of cool.
Screw that stage.
No, but the boss is kind of cool because Eggman, you can either like hit the spike balls at him, or you can send a spike ball up and like fling yourself back. There's 2 ways to damage Eggman. It's amazing game design. Oh my god.
Well, yeah, okay, but other than that, game is awful.
Yeah, other than
it's not awful, but it's just kind of like, all right, Whenever I play Sonic 1, it's just for Green Hill.
Yeah, other than that, I'll throw the rest of the game in the bin. Unfortunately, like, what's the other one? Scrapyard, what was it called? I forgot that. Is that what it's called? I forgot the other one. The purple one with the Pope sign. That one, unfortunately, can go as well. I'll just keep Starlight. I'm okay, thank you. Starlight and Green Hill.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I would say like two of the stages after Green Hill Zone are tolerable, and then the other ones like they really needed to readjust the stage lineup in that game, because going into Marvel Zone immediately after Green Hill is like one of the biggest buzzkills ever. Like that thing is awful. Yeah.
I don't understand who thought that was a good idea, bro. It was why I low key fuck with like the Game Gear version of Sonic 1. Because like there's no Marble Zone. It's just Bridge Zone, which is not terrible, but it's also not good neither. But it's not as bad as the jump from Green Hill to fucking Marble. It's Green Hill to Bridge, and it's like, okay, that's good. And you get Jungle Zone. Like, I don't know if you fuck with the Game Gear Sonic games, but they were my childhood.
I've only dabbled them for a little bit, so but I've definitely watched like videos on it, so I know what you're talking about.
They were my childhood in a weird way, because in Sonic Adventure DX, specifically the GameCube version, if you collected emblems, you got to unlock those Game Gear games, didn't you? So that's how I ended up playing that game. And you got to play the multiplayer as well. Like if you press start on a second controller, 2 people could play on 2 different games, on like, two different copies of the game. And I was really, I just was like, oh my god, the fact that you could unlock more games in a game is like, really, it was just like, wow, like I get this whole mini game going, wow. Obviously as a kid, famously, I didn't own a memory card, so I literally used to speedrun collecting as many emblems as possible, so I got a lot of Game Gear, so I could try and beat that game. But
think about all the years you've wasted collecting emblems over and over again.
The GameCube console for half of its lifespan when I had it was a roguelike console, okay?
Yeah.
I reset my run every time I turn off the console. But what's it? And the worst part is, the other thing I had to contend with was my siblings, because obviously I'd be playing it. My siblings would like press start, like one of them would press to play with me, but they'd game over and get pissed at me for like still playing. They didn't want to play something else. So I'm like, so not only did I have to turn on the console, get enough emblems to unlock Sonic 1 Game Gear, I had to play it, and I had to try and beat the game or get as far as possible before one of my siblings or the siblings I'm playing with got bored and wanted to play something else. Because if they complain to my mum, the whole GameCube's gone. So it was a tough balancing act. As a result, shocking to no one, I never beat it when I was a kid. I got to like scrap brain and I just didn't get. I couldn't beat it, unfortunately. Not because I was bad, because I just never got past that point. Because always one of my siblings would be like, "I want to play Melee now." I'm telling mum, and I'm like, "Oh, no, that sucks." Beat it as an adult though. Solid game. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, the Game Gear games are there in Origins Plus, I believe, and that was the last time I dabbled in them. Mm-hmm. Which I'm like, yeah, like they're whatever. I would prefer to play them on Master System though, just because you get the bigger the bigger screen real estate.
Yeah, it's definitely better. But like the Game Gear is like
the Game Gear one is the one in your heart.
It's literally the one. It's the one in my heart, because so many memories of me desperately trying to get as far as possible in that game. And then
I just like the Game Gear one is the one in your heart. So it's just like if you play the Master System one, you're probably thinking it's just
why is there so much screen real estate? What the fuck?
I miss when this game was shittier.
Yeah, I miss the crunch. Why is the crunch? Funny enough, though, it's funny you say that, because there's one situation in which the Master System one is shittier. In Jungle Zone Act 2, in the Master System version, it's a level where you ascend, essentially. But in that version, if you drop, you die instantly. Instead of falling down to the bottom, you die instantly. But in the Game Gear version, if you fall, you just lose progress. That is a situation in which the Master version system sucked, I'll have you know, Scott. Put down your trivia game and smoke it, okay?
Yeah, I'll try to remember that one.
Hell yeah.
That one will be interesting to pull back at a random notice. There's a gun to my head and somebody tells me why answer this one question.
If you ever play one of those trivia games with the boys again, and that comes up, you gotta dap me up for that, okay? You gotta dap me up for that. So
I will. Next time you're in America, if you're in Ohio, just come over. We'll do that, and then we'll move on with our day.
You ask me just that one question. I'll ask you just that one question. That'll be it. I'll be like, let's go casino. Let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Let's go to that casino you guys go towards. Let's throw a grand away.
I mean, if you insist, we'll go gambling.
Let's go gambling.
It'd be funny.
It would be quite funny. If I'm ever in the neighborhoods, shame I couldn't come to too many games this year, but I'll be going next year. So we'll meet then if anything. Do you have any like weird games that like oddly nostalgic to for specific reasons, like I do with Sonic 1 Game Gear?
Oh boy, man, it's tricky. I mean, it's weird. I did a video going through all my childhood games, so it's tricky because like I pretty much cataloged all of them. So it's kind of.
If I'm not mistaken, in that video you had a lot of like those like PC like games. Like you started off on like as a PC Andy, like from the games your mum gave you hand-me-downs, essentially.
pretty much cereal box games from what I would assume. I assume that's how my parents got those, or they came free with their computer or something. But it was like the PC versions of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Yahtzee and The Game of Life and random stuff like that. And I didn't even get that far. I mean, like, yeah, I do have a lot of like weird nostalgia for like those old PC games that are just kind of like there's nothing to these. But there are games like that where I don't like the game design is nothing cool. It's not respectable at all, but like the sound effects or something just hit different, you know? They just make you feel like, damn, this is awesome.
For me, that's on Windows XP. I'm sure you know about. We're the same age. You know about this pretty much. The Windows XP, the 3D space pinball game.
Oh yeah, Space Cadet Pinball.
That's Space Cadet. Yeah. Those sound effects just like hit my like brain synapse in a different way. Like whenever like someone like a YouTube edit, like when I watch a YouTube video, and someone implants one of those sound effects in a video, I'm like,
right. Yeah.
Because I remember because I was like, that's another game I'm oddly nostalgic for getting like really specific. Because dial up in it. My mom always did NASA on the phone for hours. So like I had a PC but like no internet. And oddly enough, I wasn't allowed to play video games on the weekdays PC was fine though. So
Yeah.
3D. So if I wasn't like out playing with my friends, which I had to be back by like 6, you know, it was like, before the street lights come on that type, babe. 3D Cadet Space Pinball. So I used to play that for hours. I used to play that. My mom would be on the phone, nattering or watching soap operas on the TV. I'd be like playing it. I'd just like, yeah, let's fucking play 3D Space Pinball. Let's fucking go, yeah. and then we've been the occasional game of Minesweeper, but I didn't know how to play Minesweeper, so I just give up on it. And then play more fucking 3D Space Pinball.
Yeah, Minesweeper was just something that I just like clicking around. I had no idea what was going on, you know.
Yeah, neither did I.
But it's like, yeah, you have those games on the PC that are kind of like when they're just there. Even if you know, like if that game released nowadays and you have no nostalgia for it, you'd be like, well, I don't care about that, you know, like whatever. But like as a kid, when you just have like a game like that, and it's in like, you know, like it's just so much more compelling to just dick around with it when you're bored. And honestly, it feels like, oh man, I must have played that for hours. Do you feel like, did you genuinely play that for like hours and hours and hours on end? Or do you think it was like, as a kid, it almost felt like, you know, you played it for 30 minutes and it felt like you were playing for like 9 hours straight?
I don't doubt it was more, it felt like I played for hours when I actually didn't. I don't doubt that in the slightest. Because it would always be like, one of my siblings would always like throw me off the PC and be like, I want to play Club Penguin or Habbo Hotel now. I'm like, no, guys, score.
Whatever. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was always like, it's like, yeah, obviously, a pain you'll never know, Scott. You'll never know the pain. But you're like, owning, and I even said it to you, but like, I swear to God, like, my nieces and nephews, I've got like siblings who like have multiple kids basically, but like, they're so spoiled now because like each of them own their own fucking consoles now. I'm like, I would have dreamed for that if I was you. I had to share one GameCube amongst like 5 of us. And you're telling me like two of my nephews each have a Switch Lite to themselves.
Yeah.
That's when I become unk. In the literal sense, like, you fucking kids got it so lucky. You got it so lucky. And then obviously I look over and my brothers modded them as well, so they got infinite games. I'm like, fucking, I would have killed for the shit you guys had. God. Instead of like scrounging, like you scrounging like cereal boxes for like PC games. I scrounged cereal boxes for PS1 demo discs, of which the PlayStation 1 had thousands. I think I had upwards of 1,000. So I was scrounging cereal boxes to play one level of a video game I'd never buy because I was fucking broke. That's what I was doing. Okay.
Well, I almost feel like nowadays it's more likely that like kids will have like their own system, even if they are expensive. I almost feel like people view video games more as like a necessity at this point of just kind of like they're kids, they need a video game, almost like, you know, they need something to distract themselves, you know. So it's kind of just like, you know, even if it is expensive, I feel like a lot of families just go like, you know what, it is what it is. we need to get something for the kids.
I think you hit the nail on the head. It's like more of a necessity now, so they need like their own console because Lord knows, I don't know, modern parents just ain't built right. They're not built for, no, it's Miss Mighton on the Switch one. Oh, you guys gotta look after each other. As a kid, we literally made a system. We literally made a pact, a blood pact. When we're playing the GameCube, you don't complain to mum, because if you complain to mum, the whole thing is gone. Okay, so we have to find a way to make this all fucking work. So again, when I see like 3 different kids, or like 2 kids, both with their own consoles, I'm just like, you guys don't know how to share. You're never gonna learn how to share in life. I feel it's a formative life lesson that you need to go through. Like, it's gone. The passage of time has ruined it now. I'm like, these damn kids. That's what I become as uncle. I don't know if there's anything that gets you uncling hard, but that's one of those things that gets me like unking. I feel like I've aged like 20 years and I'm grey and I'm like, you fucking kids.
I don't think I'm it's hard. I mean, like, I'm not really I'm not really, I don't see a ton of kids. So it's just like, I don't see a ton of like examples of like, oh man, kids these days are so much different from like kids. I know it happens, but it's also like, you know, I don't see a ton. So, you know, I think I'm generally pretty like, you know, I'm not interested in knowing the in stuff, you know, like that. I don't care. I still don't know what 6'7" means, and I'm never gonna find out. And I don't give a shit.
It's funny. It's so funny you say that, Scott, because like, I posted that clip of you saying like Chudley, and like I think someone else, like a bunch of people, other reposted it, and I'm just like, yeah, like, like there must have been, because that's why I posted on Twitter, because there was a catharsis behind it, and you go, man, it's awfully Chudley of me, isn't it? I'm just like. Yeah. there's a catharsis behind hearing you say that. I was just unlike no other. So yeah, it's really funny.
I'm not usually. I don't think I'm one to go to immediately adopt verbiage. Mm-hmm. I've gone more like that recently. Like I think a little bit of it is like I'm going like like this. I guess like the refusal to accept modern lingo kind of puts me more in the box of like making me feel more like a character or something, and I'm like kind of like, if I feel like saying like a modern phrase, like it is what it is, like it's I'm not above that, but yeah. Like I just personally don't really I don't see a ton. I think last time we talked, I feel like when I look back at that conversation, I think I had like a stick up my ass or something about modern YouTube. So I think I was probably saying some punk shit.
No, I think you were spot on. I'm gonna be honest, I think you were spot on. I think we talked about it then, and we talked about it in private as well. Like I'd love for you to make that video about like what you think on like the state of like, not the state of what a YouTuber, but like what like your thoughts are as like a YouTuber for like the past 10 years, especially as someone, because obviously I can give advice and I can give points, but like I'm not as successful as like you are, obviously. So I think it'd be interesting to hear your perspectives on this, like especially from the brief conversation we had. I think your perspective could be very fascinating, because like I feel like we both kind of to some degree come from like the old school of thought where it's like I just kind of have fun doing this, so I'm going to keep doing this. I feel like it's a mindset that's definitely, I wouldn't say going the way of the dodo. I'm not going to be that fucking pretentious, but it definitely feels like whenever I see, like, especially as someone who was a small YouTuber for like longer than I've been like a micro celebrity instead of a micro celebrity, I see a lot of that where it's like, oh, being a small YouTuber is so hard to grind, and I'm just like, what grind? I just make videos because I have fun. What are we doing here? Move on. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah.
But it's just so annoying when I hear that like lingo. It's like, oh, it's so difficult. It's like,
yeah.
I'm just making. It's the easiest thing on planet Earth, and it has been for the last 10 years. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah. Well, I think I do think we're both in very, like very fortunate places where, you have a very successful live streaming career, like where it's just like, the amount of people in your streams, the community that you have, like there are people with like millions of subscribers that would kill for stuff like that, like I think you're really killing it, and and like I know, like I've been doing this for years, and I'm very thankful to be in the position I'm in. But at the same time, I remember saying this, I think I said this on that like Nintendo episode, but I think I was asked like, could you build this up again? And I just said like, yeah, I probably could. And I don't mean for that to be like oh, of course I could do this. But like from my perspective, it's just kind of going like, if you just got to keep doing it, like it's just like, and you got to want to do it.
Yes.
And I think that's my big thing is just like, it's like, just keep doing it. And if it's just like really wearing you down, like, oh my God, I'm not getting anywhere with this. One, I would say, you need to look at it from a different perspective. You can't be so hard on yourself. Everybody starts somewhere. So the fact that you're pouring thousands of hours into some of this stuff and you're not seeing like a return, I'm kind of like, as a small YouTuber, you need to be okay with pouring thousands of hours into this stuff and not see any return. You gotta be okay with doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting the views that you want, I think if you're looking at it like I'm doing this to get more views and to get more eyes, yes, it's not great to see this thing that you poured a ton of passion into not get the views you think it deserves. But at the same time, if you're only doing it, I mean, like, and obviously, like a lot of the people that are doing this aren't just only doing it for views. But if you're getting that depressed over it or that unsatisfied from it, I would just recommend like kind of just changing your mindset with it and just kind of like doing it because you want to do it. And if stuff comes from it, stuff comes from it. You can't bank on any of this happening because, success on the internet is as much about luck as it is about consistency and talent and all that, pretty much everything, you know? And you can maybe have like 2 of those things and you could succeed. You could have 1 of those things and you could succeed. You could have all 3 of them and you couldn't, you might not succeed, you know, like all of that. So, you know, there's no formula to anything. It's just keep doing your thing.
And I think what makes this like really like this unique level of frustrating, which I can definitely relate to some degree. It's a unique level of frustrating is that like YouTube is something where you could put, if you put, let's say for example, 1,000 hours into playing an instrument, you're probably going to be a master of that instrument, right? You put 1,000 hours into YouTube, there's a decently high chance that you're going to get like fuck all to like show for it, essentially. So like it's like probably like if we're talking return on like investment of your time, one of the worst things you could possibly do. Like, think about that for 2 seconds. Again, you play an instrument for 1,000 hours, you're going to be able to play it. You do public speaking for 1,000 hours, you're going to be a fucking charisma like god, okay? And almost like you like do security job for 10 years, you're going to learn how to crowd control, conflict manage, you're going to learn how to work as a team. These are so, it doesn't matter, if you do anything for a certain amount of time, there's so many transferable skills. You have YouTube, there's like so few, if any at all, you know? You could be doing this for like years and just not make any progress if you're like willing to sharpen your craft or like even just, so that's why it's even more important to just have fun doing it, because then it doesn't matter if you're not getting better. Like, you had the satisfaction of doing it. When I look back at a lot of my old live streams, a lot of my old fun, like I just loved that. Like, I had so much fun with my friends and like making fun ideas. And you know, what if I did play Smash and like various other beginner games and I lost and I had to eat a Bean Boozled bean and hope that was a good one and not a bad one. That's like, I love that. Like, I can look back on that video and go, that was a fun video that I made, you know? I got 100 views, but I don't care. That was fucking fun. I had the idea and I put live stream to idea and I made that, you know? So if you're telling me you're trying to like get big off like making fucking history video essays, and you don't give a shit about history or the video essay format, where the fuck what do you expect? What do you expect? So I think that's the one thing you have to understand, is that like when people say, oh, do it because you're having fun, it's not like, we're not just saying that. Firstly, we're saying it because it's true, but not just because of that. It's like, this is probably the worst return on investment of your time you could probably ever put into something. That's not a joke.
Right.
So like, you have to be having fun so that you can, like, if there is going to be a return on investment, it will be there eventually.
Yeah, for sure. And like, you know, this is like my favorite medium. I will always love like online video. Like, this is my favorite one, where it's just like, you know, you have the broadest range of quality, where it's just like like stuff that rivals movies, and then stuff that literally looks like it was filmed with somebody's asshole. Like, I love the fact that, and like, you can, you know, it's art in its own way, where you can see like, oh man, you know, like especially like a small creator that keeps on working on stuff, just seeing them do like new little edits, or maybe like improve their camera work or something like that, or improve their script writing or something. It's like, there is such an enjoyable little thing to just seeing that happen, you know? And absolutely. I think too many small YouTubers get very discouraged, and I get it. I 100% get it. But, you know, part of me kind of wants to give them like some tough love and just be like, it's just like, yeah, but like, you know, like, you just got to keep going if you really want to keep doing this.
Yes.
And if you only want to do this for success, you're not doing it for the right reasons.
Yes.
Because, you know,
I don't think that's tough love, Scott. I think you're just speaking facts. You're basically saying what I'm saying, you know, but in a bit more of an agreeable tone. If it was meant to happen, you'd find a way to make it happen. If not, then boo. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't care. I genuinely have no patience. Like, I have no patience for this, because I'm just like, if you're like, the more time you spend crying about the algorithm, the more time you have. Like, that's time you could be spending making fun video ideas.
Well, hey, big YouTubers do that, and I got a bone to pick with that.
True, hey, it's drama. Who's starting drama in Scotland?
Every big YouTuber. I don't have any particularly on my mind. It's just
burn all the bridges, Scott. Burn it down. But like,
hey, there are plenty where you know how they do, or it's just like, you know, crying about, you know, like, oh, people aren't watching my videos, or like the algorithm isn't putting out my videos, and you know, I think a lot of it is just kind of like, you know, hey, buddy, You know, like the algorithm sucks, but it's also like the algorithm is based on what people are watching. So it's not really like, oh, YouTube doesn't want your videos. It's more so like, people are losing interest. You could probably do a little something different here and there, but instead it's kind of like, you know, it's like, from my perspective, it's kind of like this is the luckiest job you could possibly have. You can literally do whatever you want. If you don't want to make a video about the latest Nintendo game, you can make a video about whatever, your pets, your life. You can make a video about movies, music, whatever. You can make an original short film. Who cares? You can do whatever you want, you know? So it's just like, you know, and I get it. It's very stressful, especially when, you know, you focus on it as a job and then randomly, you know, your job isn't working the same way that it has over the past couple of years. I get it. It can be stressful and frustrating, but I think when big YouTubers kind of put that onto the viewers instead, hey, it's not that I'm going like I'm going like, you know, this guy's a maniac or whatever. It's more so like, you know, no, like just, you know, like look at it as like, this is something that you can change, or you need to look at like, okay, so I should probably do this differently, or maybe I should try something differently. And of course it's frustrating when YouTube doesn't give you answers, you know? But it's almost like viewing YouTube like a boss rather than the platform you're using. And sometimes the platform is changing, you know, you gotta get with the time sometimes, you know?
And I think it's funny you mentioned that, because like, a lot of the big YouTubers might say, oh, but like if it's not working, what do you expect me to do? And it's just like, well, I don't like just that's not like
anything. Anything. I don't know.
That's what always confuses me, because I'm like, you've tried nothing and you're all out of ideas. Like, if anything, you're quite in a fortunate position where you can kind of keep trying what's working still kind of well, while still like mining for like gold in new like veins, so to speak, is where I put it. Like for example, like obviously my kind of like the area that like I'm kind of my niche essentially is like kind of Nintendo stuff. But let's say I did want to cover like more out there stuff. I can like still make Nintendo stuff and then like try other stuff to see like, okay, is there an intrigue in this? Do people like this? And it's like, okay, that's not okay, then maybe let me try something else. Let me try and like find my passions elsewhere. Like I know, for example, like this sort of thing just didn't intrigue me anymore. I love football. I'm a big football fan. Okay, I can yap about football the same way I could yap about video games. Like I love football. Okay, I could talk about it. But that's one of those things I choose to keep like offline. Like I choose to like yell at the TV when the overplayed athlete doesn't run a ball or pass a ball as good as me. I prefer to keep that to myself, because it's fun every time I stream like a match watch along on like Twitch. Like there's always be like someone with sponge gun. Sorry, I forgot how passionate you were about this shit. Listen, you should see how bad my cousins and like my brothers yell. They're worse than me, mate. They're yelling all sorts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things where you could always like try to like. You can always try, and I'm just like, the implication you make when you complain about this is there's nothing you could do, and I'm just like, unless you're dark side Phil, there's always something you could do, you know? That's kind of how it is. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a you know, I just kind of think a lot of I would love to see more YouTubers just, you know, like pretty much every YouTuber says like they appreciate. I'm so appreciative of like, you know, this community, blah blah blah, the viewers, blah, all of that. But I'm kind of like, okay, but like actually appreciate it. You know, I feel like kind of like you know, getting very depressed or disappointed in like a video's performance, or you know, the algorithm, or just the stressors of that. I'm kind of like, okay, but like appreciate the fact that like you can just change something, you can just do whatever you want. Nobody's telling you what to do. You know, you may think people are telling you what to do, but you're in charge here. You're in complete control. You know, it's not about it's not about but like do you maybe find like that some people might not take your advice in the earnestness it seems to be, considering people might just write you off your take as, oh well, you've already made it, of course you'd say this.
Well, I told you, I saw a video from like somebody that was like, I saw something pop up where somebody said like you know, like I really like Scott and everything, but like he keeps saying what was it that like, oh, you know, if you're having problems on YouTube, just change your thumbnails, change your titles. Like, I don't know, you know, and you know, like tweet, you know, he said like, like, oh, but like my video, like it's so hard to make videos, and like you've had so many years to do them, so of course you think it's easy, and I get it, but I'm also just kind of thinking like that I'm not saying this about like smaller YouTubers, it's about bigger YouTubers that I'm saying that hey, like if things aren't working out, you can do a billion different things to change it out.
Listen, if you won't say about small YouTubers, I will. You guys will fucking suck, okay? I hate you all. Scott's not saying this, just to clarify. He's not saying it. It's just me. He's talking about the big YouTubers. I'm talking about the small guys. I hate you all, okay? Try something else. I don't care if it's not working. And then, like, I think you mentioned that guy said, like, oh, but you've had years to work on this. Okay, boo, bitch, boo. You have years to work on it. No, I'm sorry. Like, when you told me that, I was just like, what the fuck is this guy on about? Because I'm just like, yeah, of course you had years to work on it. You've had years to perfect your craft. If anything, Scott the Was is the end product of what you could be if you perfected the craft too. So I don't get it when he said that, because I'm just like, of course. Like I would say ego Andy, but like I'm the product you can get to if you end up live streaming a bunch. You can be someone who's like quite confident in what they say, easy making a conversation flow, potentially having high profile guests on. This is the part that you can get to if you end up refining your craft too. If you want to get there, if not, I don't care. Cry harder. For me, you say tough love, I say tougher love, man. I don't care. Sink or swim, man. I just don't care. I've been around these circles so much, Scott, that I'm like poisoned. I'm gonna be honest. I'm so poisoned. I just hate this, like I'm not like a pick yourself up by your bootstraps kind of guy. I'm more of a agency. If you I'm pro agency. If you have the ability to do something and no one's stopping you from doing it, why are you not doing it? That's how I see it. If there is like a force pulling you down, be it societal, institutional, systematic, I'm all there for that. We can have that conversation. But like, you control the videos you upload, so I have no sympathy when you're yelling at me saying, but the algorithm's not working. Have you tried uploading something else? I don't know sympathy, man. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's just like, hey, and also to the guy that made that video, where I'm not gonna name anything,
no.
But hey, if you're listening to this, send me an email and we'll talk it out, and I'll apologize for bringing it up here, but it's just funny because like I saw it one day, and when we were talking in private, I mentioned, I'm just like, yeah, I saw this video that this one guy made. Or he kept on reaffirming, I got no problem with Scott. I got no problem with Scott. It's fine. But like, there's one thing that I hear he keeps saying, like, I don't agree with. And I get it's frustrating.
You famously love it when people do that, right? When people say, I have no problem with Scott. You famously love it when people do that,
right? You can tell me to go fuck myself. I really don't care. It's fine. I say stupid shit all the time, but and I definitely understand. I definitely understand from a smaller YouTuber's perspective, or somebody that's starting out, how when you hear somebody with like a larger platform say, hey, have you tried this or something? I definitely understand that, but and I'm just using this as an example for like, hey, it's just like, don't really it's like, I was mostly talking about the bigger YouTubers there, but for smaller YouTubers, like, I'm just kind of like, yeah, just keep at it. I know it's discouraging. I know it's disappointing, but you just got to keep doing it because of the love of the game, and the love of the game is like making videos, making content, looking at your video list and feeling like, hey, I love like this, videos. I made this. Yeah. And like, for bigger YouTubers, I'm mostly saying it's just like, if you're really that pissed off about your videos performing, I don't know, you can do a billion different things to change that. That's all I'm saying.
And the thing is, like, I think the ones that like I feel even, especially when you're a big YouTuber, because like surely like by the time you're big, and I'm sure like you agree, like there's always like a core contingent of like, well, regardless of your size, a core contingent of fans that will watch like basically anything you do, right? They'll follow you on all the platforms, they love anything you do. So if you're a big YouTuber, you have like a much bigger band of those kind of people that you could potentially like spitball new ideas on, right? So that's why I even have less sympathy for these big YouTubers, because I'm just like, who's to say like on your Patreon or like for a members only video, you can't you just like put something out and see like if people like fuck with it or something, you know? Like I don't know, but like the times I've done like food reviews on my like my members only stuff, people are like, must I actually really fuck with this? And I'm just like, oh no, you guys are just saying that. I wasn't that good. But like it's one of those things where like, oh, at least gives me a bit of confidence knowing that like, is that something I could potentially do? I don't know, maybe it knows if I'd be good at it. But it's one of those, you have a much bigger like pool of people to essentially like focus test, quote unquote, your alternate content on if you are going to try something different, you know? And ideally you've built up enough of a community around you where you can do that. If you're a big YouTuber and you haven't, it's kind of on you, I'll be honest. Like it's kind of I couldn't imagine being a big YouTuber and not having a community. Like I just couldn't imagine that. But some people go into it like not even wanting that aspect, and I'm just like, couldn't be me, brother. Couldn't be me. That's what I'm saying. Couldn't be me.
Hey, you got that? You just got that live streaming in your bloodstream, man. I
appreciate that. Thank you.
You're a born streamer. I think plenty of people would kill for the chops you have when it comes to keeping a performance going for a crowd of people. Keeping a show going.
I think it's one of those things. Like, you'd be interested to know. I was a very shy kid, very, like, unbelievably so growing up, and I think as an adult, I just realized I kind of look back on my childhood. Like a lot of it was good. I'm not gonna pretend it wasn't, but like my teenage years especially, I look back on it and I'm just like, there's so many potential people I could have made friends with. There's so many potential things I could have done if I just put myself out there a bit more. And like I kind of vowed to myself as an adult that I'm not going to let that sort of like thing hold me back. Like if I want to do something, if I want to say something, I'm just going to, that's why I'm so like pro authenticity. Like, cause I'm just like, I've seen the benefit of what happens when you're real and like you put yourself out there. Is that like the people that fuck with you will fuck with you, and who don't. And like, it's so much more freeing, like being this way compared to like whenever I look back when I was like 18 and I'm just like a bundle of anxiety. So that's why like whenever like I see any of that sort of like fakery, like it always just like hits my synapse the wrong way. So
yeah,
that's why I always like tell people like if at any point you feel like you have to hold yourself back, I would look inside yourself and say why. Because like if there's a reason why you're doing it, like then fair enough, there's like a logical reason to it, sure. But if what you're telling me is, if the only reason you can think of is I'm afraid of what people will think about me, I'm telling you, like, easy to say I know. It's not something you can fix overnight. I'm telling you that's a load of hokey, okay? Let me be the proof that that's a load of hokey. Because I spent a lot of my like late teenage years, early adulthood being like very self-conscious about the things I'd say and only saying the right thing. And I was miserable.
Yeah.
And I'm an adult who just like, I say what's on my mind, but I'm always like, I feel like I have an air of tactness about it. Obviously it took me a while to get to where I am now, but like, yeah, I always have an air of tactness about it. I never mean anything in an ill will sort of way. And I think it's taken me a while to develop this style, but like, I've never been more happy in my life. And I would behoove everyone to like, thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I would behoove everyone to try and like, get to this point sooner than I did, because it took me a while to realize this point. Thankfully, sooner rather than later. I was like in my grave at 50.
Bro, there are 70-year-olds. Yeah, there are 70-plus-year-olds that haven't figured it out.
No, yeah, exactly. So I'm thankful that I figured it out when I did. But I would say to you, the sooner you can figure that out, that like, because even as an adult, like, you know this, Scott, as well, like being an adult is just like a bit tiring, isn't it? Like you just got so many things you have to do, so many things you have to manage, so many things you have to maintain, that if you told me like another thing I'd have to do is put on a face online to people on the internet, I could like, I couldn't imagine anything worse. Like obviously I understand if you want to be as diplomatic as possible when I say this, but I'm genuinely not trying to be a cunt when I say this. I just want to make it very clear. The ultimate example I look to someone who I don't want to be is beat 'em ups, because I feel like when he makes content, I especially because I watched his latest live stream, I just skimmed it on my own, where he talked about the Star Fox thing, and his earnest opinion was he just didn't like it that much. But because he had cultivated like a community and like a base around him that just wants to see him talk positive about Star Fox, a lot of people were saying it's not as bad as Sonic. Why do you say that? You're nitpicking. And I'm just like, I couldn't imagine being in a situation where like I was just giving my opinion and like people were like yelling at me for just saying my opinion. I'm okay with people disagreeing. A lot of people in my chat were like, I actually fuck with the new designs, and I'm okay with that. But like, like, if you're telling me the idea of me saying something was such an affront to you that you thought you need to tell me, I find that just like wholly like offensive. I'd rather you just call me a slur, and I'm not even joking when I say that. I'd rather you just call me a slur. If what you're going to do is going to take the agency away from me, for me be able to say what I think. And that's like, and I mean that with the bottom of my heart. That's like how I feel about like my authenticity and like agency. I'm so like, I don't want anyone to feel like they can't say something because, especially if like phantoms on the internet say otherwise. Like, what kind of like prison have you put yourself in where like people on a phone app say something and you can't say it? Like, I couldn't. At least if you had the pressure from like your parents or like your friends, maybe that's a bit more understandable. Maybe you like be a bit more diplomatic. But like, I couldn't imagine for a second changing who I was because somebody on the internet wouldn't like me or wouldn't change my thoughts. You know, I just couldn't imagine that.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a general need we all have. You know, when we were younger, to be like, oh well, I want people to like me. You know, like it's just like, you think that's how it's like, that's how you make lifelong friends or best friends, whatever. But as you grow up, I think you start to see that the people that and when you say like I'm just going to speak my mind and all of that, I think some people get that confused, and they think just because they speak their like oh I'm authentic, and I'm speaking my mind, but they're also just dicks too.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think there's a huge there's a huge balance in like you don't want to lie to people, you don't want to be inauthentic, but there's also just like straight up, it's just like, okay, but just like don't be an asshole, that kind of thing. And I think a lot of people need to know that, and I think you've done a good job balancing that out, where it's just like you're not really gonna, you're not going to, just I'm losing my words here. You're not going, you're a straight shooter. You're not going to be like like, oh yeah, that's great, but you're also not going to be like, God, that sucks, and you're an asshole, it's just going to be like, you're going to be like, I don't really like that, to be perfectly honest, but it is what it is.
Like, and it came from, I used to be in that place where like I thought honesty, like regardless of brutality, was like just, and like obviously I had to, this is back when I was like shit eating early 20s where like obviously you think you've got the world sorted out, but obviously as I've gone older, as I've mellowed out, as I've become a lot more introspective, as I've seen a lot more of the world, I've realized like there's no honesty in brutality, there's no brutality in honesty, like it's just facts. That's what's in honesty. It's the earnestness of how you feel. The way in which you approach is entirely different. Like, just like, so you can me and someone else can have the exact same take about what someone that says, but if someone's gonna be a prick about it, they're much less likely to listen to them than they would listen to someone who is a lot more tactful about it. So I think that took me a while to figure out, but I'm glad I have, because now that I figured it out, I'm able to do like the reactions in style I love doing, while people obviously see it for the more earnest or like bantery nature that I'm going for. So I'm quite thankful that I built up an audience that sees that too. So.
Well, it probably feels much more peaceful, compared to how you probably felt like with a lot more like social anxiety and all of that, It just feeling like it's just like, you can just feel comfortable as yourself and just, talking as you do, And it's like, the people that like you, they'll like you. If they don't like you, well, who cares? Why do you want them around,
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, if you don't fuck with me, that's fine. It's just, I'm not going to go out my way to seek you out. So if you need to go, then that's fine. Just you have a good one. Like,
right.
In the brief times I do see my own name out there, which I don't do often. I don't know why you do it, Scott. I have no idea. I have seen people just go like, yeah, he's just too loud. He's too abrasive. Soundboard slop. And I'm just like, sure. I'm just like, that's fine. Like you can. There's like, that's the beauty of content creation. You can find someone that does what I do, or like something of my ilk, in your own style. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? Like that's as you said, it's the beauty of YouTube. You can find some of those artistic masterpieces on planet Earth, and like, someone phone recording like, "Hey man, I just took a fucking shit, bro," and it's like, yeah, sure, like that's the beauty of the platform. In the same way, the beauty of Cherry Soda Pop giving me $15, baby. Money! That's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's got money! Thank you so much, Sherry. I really do appreciate it.
All that really matters.
That's my, in the end of the day, Cherry Soda Pops was my very first member, so thank you so much. You've been there from the very beginning of this YouTube stuff, so thank you. I wanted to give you something for the peak content over the years. I feel so bad for being like, Eds, and you arrive precisely when you mean to. Don't worry about that. But I don't know, so have you ever had like, is there any like sort of life philosophies you fancy sharing as we're getting a bit sociological, as people say?
Well, first off, I look up my name on Google and stuff because because I'm obsessed with seeing what people are saying. I need to stay on. I like to stay on top of things. That's what I care about.
Okay, all right, Scott. Oh, people being mean to me.
I like seeing if. I don't care if people are mean about me. I don't care. I see stuff pop up on my Twitter all the time, and I'm just kind of like, okay. Like it's mostly on like I like
friends. to. Scott and his fucking friends. I fucking hate his friends, bro.
It's mostly I've had some and not to be like, oh, this is a serious thing, go screw yourself. No, it's more so like there are some like privacy things I like to make sure are like buttoned up. There are some freaks out there that there are some freaks out there that I've dealt with in the past that I like to stay on top of sometimes, that they might be a little too oh, that I saw that too.
You've already
that one
seen
popped
this?
up. Yeah, I saw that popped up for me.
Yeah. It doesn't matter why I search. Scott's already seen it.
Yeah.
Like, let me look up Scott the Wars and see what happens. And I saw this. Well, most annoying people ever. Chazington, Scott the Wars, Northern Line only plays AVG and Flats. Mike, I don't know who Michael is, but the others you can't leave them alone. Okay, they're all cool. They're all cool. Especially Northern Line. You leave Northern Line out of this. Okay, he's my streamer. But yeah, like so obviously yeah. So he's like you like stay on top of it. Like obviously, like I think you've told me in private some of the things that you're like staying on top of. So like obviously not included in that. But like, is there like anything else other than just like being careful of the certain things that you're keeping tabs of, so to speak?
Not really. I mean, like, when it comes to like, if I'm worried about what people are saying about a video I released, I just look at the comments, like pretty much. Like that's all I really care about with that. I look up my stuff on social media and stuff because, like I said, like there are some freaks that I've dealt with. I don't mind saying they're freaks. I have dealt with like authorities over some people.
Oh shit! So, it's gone that crazy.
Yeah, that's the most I'll say. Maybe someday I'll talk about it.
Okay, yeah.
But
if you can't keep it zipped, then keep it zipped.
I'll tell you in private. But
okay.
Yeah, I would tell you in private. But like on stream, it's not that it's like I didn't do anything wrong. That's why I had to deal with the authorities. But there are certain things, and like I do want to make sure all my little addresses are buttoned up and stuff. So if I see stuff, I like to make sure I. Yeah. So I like to make sure that stuff is I don't have any like weird problems with that because I do take that stuff very seriously. But what was I didn't see that, but
I'm surprised you didn't see that. Sorry, we said it. Sorry, I just threw you
off.
What
was the initial question? What was the initial question?
It was just like outside of like keeping tabs on certain things that like obviously we've discussed in private. Like, is there a reason you look up your name? And obviously you just said you just like to keep on top of things essentially. So that's fun. Because obviously I've heard stories of like people like chronic name searches and they'll just like fire themselves into a fizz and fury. And I'm just like, what are we doing right now?
I mean, I've seen stuff. Like, I've seen like people talking like negatively about me, but it's also like it gets to a point. I mean, to be honest, like a lot of it is so much like a character online, and like I'm not hiding who I am like online. The Scott the Waz videos are definitely more like character-y. But if people are saying like I don't like this, like part of me is kind of like, oh yeah, it's a character. Like I'm just kind of like whatever, or like it's just like it's the videos I put out online, and like some people don't like them, some people like them a little too much, some people like all over the place. So it's just I don't. It's something where I think over the years, I mean, like I've been going to like therapy like for 2 years straight or so.
Okay.
And like I you know, and I feel like therapy really helps when like you look at it kind of like you are in complete control of your own emotions and like yourself and all of that, and you can talk about how other people have affected you all you want, but at the end of the day, and that means your feelings are completely valid, you know, but at the same time you can't change them. You can change yourself, you know.
You can change
and
how
I feel like
process them, you know.
Yeah. So I think that mindset really helped me. And, you know, obviously, you know, it's, you know, not everything works for everybody, but, you know, I personally see that like when I've heard a lot of people that I know go to therapy and they come back and they just talk about like how much like everybody else around them sucks. And I'm kind of like, okay, well that may be true. You know, a lot of people suck, but at the same time, it's just like, I feel like true growth happens when you just kind of like go like, okay, but what can I do about it? You know, what can I do about like changing things and growing and like moving away from these parts of my life that genuinely bring me nothing but negativity or stress or anything like that, you know, and that's definitely kind of helped me because I kind of view it, even if I'm like in therapy, like if I'm talking about somebody that like really, you know, pissed me off or something, you know, hearing it come out of my mouth out loud, and then hearing the therapist, because the therapist is always going to try to agree with you. The therapist is always going to try to make you feel like I'm in your corner, buddy. You know, of course, if they hear something really weird, they'll probably be like, "Hey, actually, never mind." But but hearing that out loud and then hearing an unbiased third party, well, not an unbiased third party, a third party that is there to listen to you, respond to you. I think hearing all that stuff out loud kind of helps put things into perspective and kind of take things out of your brain a bit, because things can kind of get locked in your mind a lot of the time, and you know, they just don't come out. You know, like if they don't come out, it's just always in your mind, and it just kind of, you know, like it just ruminates in there, and it just kind of like, you know, it doesn't help things. So getting them out and hearing somebody say what you're saying back to you, I think can kind of help you hear things outside of the perspective of just, you know, internally. And you can kind of help that to truly grow. Because I know, and like a lot of people are in different situations all the time, man. You know, so it's just like some people are in situations where it's just like, oh, you can't just change this so easily, or you can't just like immediately. So it's just like, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. But I do feel like, you know, just getting that power inside you, just knowing that it's just like, yeah, this sucks, but I can change things. I can do something differently. I can, you know, what can I do about this? And I think a lot of people just need to think like, what can I do? I think
it's one of those things where like, I feel like society in general just does a bad job of teaching people like of their like to deal with their own like that they can make a lot of things of their own volition, because like you go to school where you're taught by someone of like more expertise than you how to do a thing a certain way. You go home to your parents and they're telling you how to do things as well. So like you kind of like, and college, while it can be that form of experience that can help you do this, it's not that for everyone. So a lot of people like grow up their whole lives without like really sitting with their own self and just going, okay, like what makes me like tick, what makes me go, and like they've not done that introspection. And I feel like a lot of people, they don't do it when they're younger because like they're scared of what they'll find out about themselves. And I think once you become a bit older and you realize just how much more there is to life, I think looking inside yourself becomes a lot more easier to handle, you know? And it's you can only really start to grow once you've realized, oh, okay, like this is what I need to do. This is like, if you be honest with yourself and give yourself like a genuine review. And I think that's a good thing about therapy. And even if you can't afford a therapist, like just talking to like someone where like hearing the things that you're thinking about from someone else can give you that pause for thought, you know? That's why it's important to like talk to friends, talk to family, or like even if you need someone unbiased, or like a therapist, obviously, because you just need to like hear it back or hear someone react to it just to see, am I going crazy or not? Because like the amount of times, even earlier with Nintendo Land, like we talked about like best Switch game and the most disappointing one. Obviously, that's Bonanza was the best one. Most disappointing was Metro Prime 4, and he was like, I'm glad you said that because I felt like I was going crazy because everyone around me was saying it was good, right? But obviously, ultimately, that's relatively low stakes because that's a video game. But imagine if like there was something like some relatively like, serious things that you were thinking, but like you gaslit yourself out of feeling the way you felt because everyone around you was thinking that was normal. So like you need to have those environments where you can talk about the thing, even if it does seem normal generally, so that you can have like this outside looking in perspective and go like, okay, like is this something I need to do? Is this something to reconcile with? Is this something I need to like figure out? And I think therapy is definitely a good tool for that. Even just like having people just anyone in your life that you feel like will give you the ear that you need and the earnest advice that you require, I think could be very good as well. So it's one of those things that like it's one of those skills you need to like figure out on your own as an adult. But like unfortunately, like you don't really. It's not really something you get taught, you know what I mean? It's not really something you figure out. Like I don't know if society just like teaches you that personally, because I just kind of came to that conclusion on my own. I don't know if like someone ever like pointed me in that direction. I don't know, man. This is weird.
You know, it's strange. I think like a lot of the books and movies and TV shows from our childhoods and stuff, a lot of the morals that they have are things that like you've always heard, or like a lot of the old sayings, you know, like are things that you've always heard. Mm-hmm. And you know about them, but then as you grow up, you go like, oh shit, that was right. You know, like it's just like, oh yeah, that is very true about life. You know, even just like focusing on, it's like a lot of times you can lose yourself in a lot of situations. It's good to focus on the people around you. The people that you really care about. There are a lot of people, especially like in this online world. It's really easy to lose focus on the people in your life that truly matter in favor of like randos online, and it's just kind of like that, like it's just like you can't do that. You got to focus on the people around you, or just like your real like actual friends and all of that, or family and all of that, and I do think I like bringing this back to like YouTube and stuff. I do see a lot of YouTubers kind of fall victim to a lot of these traps of just or like I'm sure a lot of YouTubers do go to therapy, but I do feel like therapy is often seen as like a like, oh, well, it's like
you went to therapy. Like I'm cured now.
Like, yeah, it's like a cure for stuff. Yeah, it's just like no.
Like it's a tool for you to figure out like, okay, what's going on inside my dome over here, and then like, what do I do to figure it? Like, what do I do to progress to a place where I can fix this? Because I'm stuck with this my whole life. You better make sure this shit's like up to scratch. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those romanticized things, isn't it? It's just like, no, that works.
So it's just like, I definitely understand when like a lot of people, like especially in this in this world, in this career, get very discouraged, and like it's very easy to kind of get in your head, especially when you're doing this all by yourself. But that's why like I want to be outspoken about this kind of stuff and go, it's just like, no, but you can change things. It goes farther. It goes beyond YouTube. It goes all to your own personal life. You can change everything if you really want to. Not going like, okay, you can't change everything, but it's also you can change a lot about like how you respond to everything around you.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I've always been like. Again, that's why I say like pro agency. Like the moment you come up to me and say, oh, like if we circle it back to YouTube, the moment you say to me, the algorithm hates me, I'm like, okay, then what about you? Like bring it back to you first. Figure out what you're doing, then we can talk about everything. If you're sure that you've done everything you can do, then maybe we can have a conversation about the wider thing. How can you process this? How can you change things? And it's like I said, like people don't realize just how much power they have to change. Like how often like has like one conversation with someone like really made your day? That's happened to me quite often. So like when you go up to someone and go like, oh, I don't know if I want to talk to them, it's like you could probably make their day. You don't like people like really underestimate just how much power they have sometimes, especially with the people around you, man. Like it really like even I'm not the best at this. I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm good at this. I'm really bad at keeping tabs. I get yelled at all the time in the family.
Well, you gotta take compliments better, buddy. You gotta take compliments better. Just accept it. Just accept it. Hey, come on. You're doing live streams. You're putting your face out there, and everybody is here for your birthday. Just accept it. All right. It's not like, oh boy, this guy can't take any compliments. Don't give him any compliments right now. It's just like, get out of here. Come on. You're this close. You're this close. You can just do it. You can just take the compliment.
No, listen, listen. I know. Okay, I'm bad. Well, because like for me, I kind of figured out why I'm bad at this sort. I used to be terrible before. I used to just never accept them. I at least say thank you now. Because it's one of those things where. I think what it comes down to, because I've never known why I'm like so bad at this, but I think it comes down to I don't ever want to get to a point where like I feel like I've rested on my laurels. And when people compliment me on something that like I feel like I could be doing more of or could be doing better, it feels like it kind of subconsciously feels like to me that you're saying I'm doing good now when I'm like, no, I want to keep doing this more. So when you say like I'm a good live streamer, I was like, yeah, I'm good, but like I want to be the best. Like I don't want to stop until I hear I'm the best live streamer. Even if I ever never hear that in my life, I don't want to stop. So like for now, it's not a point where like I don't accept the compliment because I don't believe it. It used to be that, but like now that I've reconciled with myself that like yeah, I can believe the fact that people enjoy my stuff. It comes from a point of position now where like I want to be the best I can in this craft. I don't ever want to stop because I love this with all my heart. So when you compliment me and say I'm a good live streamer, I accept the compliment, the nature of the compliment, but like I'm always looking at it as like I want to do more. I could be so much better, and I want to be so much better. I'm happy with how far I've come. I'm very happy with that, but like I want to do more.
Well, I think that's a good mindset. That's generally kind of a good thing in your mindset to have in terms of like wanting to keep doing better. I think it's good to want to strive to do better. But it's also like, it has to get to a point where you almost just have, and I feel like I've kind of gotten to this point over the past year. And, sometimes, sometimes I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if this, whatever. I don't even know what I was going to say there, but, but I think I do worry that like it feels like egotistical or more so like, like anything like that. But I think I'm just like, I just accept like this is where things are and to not like beat around the bush, because I feel like that's almost like being like, I don't want anybody to look at me and feel like, I want it to be like, you know what? Yeah, it's just like, it is what it is. Like, this is what I do for a living. And I'm in a very fortunate position, and, like it is what it is kind of thing. Yeah. And, I don't want to shove that in people's faces, or I don't want to, make it anything about that. But I also don't want to be like, it's whatever, because I almost feel like that's almost kind of making it seem like, like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, or like it's something to be ashamed of. And I'm just kind of like, no, like this is what it's at. This is what I've committed a lot of my life to. It is what it is. And I'm happy with myself, and I'm happy with what I do, and, I do think, doing that sometimes can kind of get you in a place of like complacency of just kind of like, this is just what I do. But I do feel like, there's like this idea of like, hey, it's almost like you want to be hungry. Yeah. You want to just keep on going for like, oh, I want to get to this. I want to get to this. But it's like, I'm at a place where it's just like, I don't care. I'm just happy doing what I do. And I just want to improve for kind of the art of it, and just kind of improve for like me to look at it and be like I'm happy with that. So it's not really about like numbers with me. Obviously numbers matter, but like I don't really care about like, oh yeah. Like I want the numbers to go up. Like, no, I want to find value in it myself. Yeah. That's
kind of how I feel about it as well. Like for me, it's like I tend to watch back a lot of the streams I do, and like like I know I do a good job, right? I know that. I'm not uncomfortable saying that, but I point out the parts that I do poorly, so I know to do that better next time. And it's not in like a, oh, look at that, I did that so terribly. I'm more like, I want to do. I want to be the best at this. That's all it is. Like from a personal level. Like I want that. Like I want it more than anything. To look back on everything and just be like, I did the best I possibly could. You know. Like it's not like a numbers thing. It's not like a striving thing. But like, I want to look back and go like, I didn't. At no point was I giving this like 99%. At no point was I giving this 90%. I was giving it like 100 all the time. And I feel like if there's ever a point where like I'm not, I might as well just stop. And I know the compliments don't try not to feed into that, but I don't ever want like to rest on those laurels. Does that make sense? Like on a personal level. So again, it's not a number. On a personal level, I don't want to. I just want to keep doing the best things I could. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think right now. How about this? All right. I think you're doing a great job right now. Mm-hmm. But you can only go up from here. How about that?
That's something I can get behind.
What if I just constantly say you're a solid 7 out of 10 streamer?
Oh, you give me the IGN treatment? Okay, then that's...
Yeah, you're fine.
Nah, I'm starving, mate. I'm starving. I'll be honest. I'm starving. Well, yeah, I appreciate the compliments, especially... I think it's worse from you, Scott, because, like... Again, you're someone I've been watching for years, dude. Like, you are one of my inspirations. So, like...
I appreciate it, man.
When you say that, like, it's like... It feels like it hits extra hard because I'm just like, if someone like you can recognize it, then why can't anyone else? And that's what I want. That's what I want to happen. I want more people to recognize.
But people are recognizing.
No, but like I want more. That's the thing. Like if you can, then everyone can, and that's what I want to get to. Like it's way more of a motivator, you know. Like, but at the same time, I'm trying not to blush, you know.
Well, just know you're doing a good job.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
How about that? Or if you just want people to say you're dog shit, and then you're like, all right, well, I got to change things up. But it's like you're doing a good job, and I think people, as your viewers, including myself, just want to see you keep doing your thing, you know. And of course, that's going to change from time to time, and like you're going to expand things or change things up, do something a little different here and there. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like I think like just seeing you do stuff that you genuinely want to do, I think is I think as viewers, I think that's just what people want to see. You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Listen, Bubba.
You promised me half an hour on it, as we predicted.
We've been yeah, I keep telling like you'll give me a call. You'll be like, "Hey, do you want to chat?" And I'm like, "I can probably do 30 minutes." And it almost every time. Every time it turns to 2 hours, but I'm probably gonna try
Jesus Christ. Okay, it's been 2 hours. I apologize. If you had other things you need to do,
no, it's fine. I wouldn't do it if I didn't want to. So, yeah, I gotta record more stuff today. So I will get to that.
So,
but
what's any ETA at all on the Wii U video?
It's been I'm in a good place with it. I think it's like it's there. Like I just got to keep recording stuff. I recorded 100 shots yesterday. I counted them, so that was funny. And my back hurt after that. So yeah, well, I'm just kind of in the process right now. It is like 80% there. I think
80%,
and it's nothing crazy. It's just a very long video about the last 2.5 years of the Wii U's life. That's it. Don't expect anything more than that. Don't be like this is gonna be a masterpiece. No, it's gonna be what it is. It's exactly what I said. It's 2.5 hours about the Wii. No, 3 hours. It's probably gonna be over 3. So like over 3 hours of Wii U nonsense.
I mean, listen, I will be seated. Okay, I will be seated. I will be there. We will be there no matter what, right, chap?
All right, it's nothing crazy, but
we will be there. We will be there no matter what. Okay. if anything, I'm not gonna lie, I'm more excited to watch the video and then see what you do next, because like it feels like this video, like you said, the video's been expected over your head forever. So I'm just kind of like, I kind of want to just see what you do next now.
Something that's like 10 minutes long. I just want to do something 10 minutes long. And I have a couple ideas of what I want to do next, but like I don't know exactly how to follow this one up yet. I have like a couple of ideas and I have a couple videos in production, but part of me just wants to be, I just want to do a damn 10-minute video. I just want to do something simple, something a little nice and special, and then, you know, it's all done. But, you know, I'll record more of my desk segments after this, and so that'll be that. So I'm just tired.
Listen, we're all rooting for you, okay, Scott? And hey, listen, if you need any more motivation, I'm one phone call away, okay? I'm one phone call away, brother. Don't worry about that. We say it's half an hour, actually 2-hour video phone call away, okay?
All right, buddy. Well, happy birthday. It was fun talking to you today. So have a good rest of the stream.
Before you go, thoughts?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool you did that. Yeah,
me and him are best friends now. But yeah, Scott, I'll talk to you some other time, all right?
Yeah, take it easy, man. Happy birthday,
Scott the Waz, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. There he goes. There he goes, gamers. That was a very wholesome conversation with him. He's a lovely guy to talk to. He really is. It's literally the same thing in private as it is in public. He's just a lovely guy to chat with. So that was way longer than expected. He always is. You're pretty cool. You guys have to stop. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's been following. Yeah, I think the PC is now paid for itself, guys. I'll be honest with you. Something tells me the PC is now paid for. Hang on. Can I see the total number? Yeah, guys, we're at 700, okay? I think the PC is paid for now, okay?